All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Alayhi salam rahmatullah, brother.
Alhamdulillah. Um, really great to talk to both of you. Babacar, this is my first time getting to talk to you, but Elhadji, me and you've crossed paths many times. You've always been somebody that I was very inspired by. I've got lots of stories about when you first came on the scene in the U.S. But I'm excited to have this conversation as part of Culture Exchange to talk about the experience that both of you have had in the karate world, um, from being of African origin. And so we hope that this conversation brings some light to your experience, and we hope that the people watching are going to enjoy it. Now, if I'm correct, both of you are from Senegal. Um, I'll start with you, Elhadji. What got you into karate? Like, how did you get your start? I know that some other sports are much bigger in Senegal, but how did you enter into karate, especially as somebody who's like 6'5"?
Well, I was born in the region of Kaolack. Kaolack is the third capital in Senegal, one of in the on the Midwest. I was born there, raised in there, and grew up. And Kaolack is Senegal. We call Kaolack the bird of karate in Senegal, like how we call Okinawa, Japan, the birds of karate. And Kaolack is one of the biggest martial art city in. I was born there, raised and growing up, see a lot of world champion and a lot of African champion living in the same city. As a kid, watching TV, see your neighbor, one of your person in the city, being on the TV, winning an African championship and winning a world championship is something that I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. But as when I first started, I was very young. I did not even know much in the competition. All I know is that I like this sport karate, and my parents put me to karate.
So martial arts was something that was very prevalent where you were from.
Yeah, it is really big. We have Senegalese wrestling called la lutte Senegalese, but karate is something that is really big there. It is really big in Ghana.
Okay, awesome. And Babacar, how did you get into karate? Did you train in Senegal as well?
Babacar mu ne yow nan nga duggee ci nan nga commencé karaté.
waaw wax ko ne bu ma nekkoon Sénégal de ma doon jàng école am na benn école bu nekkoon à côté buy def karaté si laa ko commencé mais nekkut 100% quoi nekkut 100% tuuti rek laa fa def après nag bu ma ñëwee fii si laa ko continuer 100% fii.
Yes, he said that where he was and where he studying, he was in Senegal. The school he was going to, there was a karate school nearby. He started there, but it was not 100%. He started to go a couple of days and like any other taking a martial art class, not taking it seriously. But when he come to Spain, that's when he started getting.
Yeah. I find it interesting, and Elijah, I'll kind of direct this question to you, but when we look at WKF and sport karate, Africa doesn't really get, especially sub-Saharan Africa, I should say, doesn't get a lot of attention. You do see like Egypt in some cases. I know years ago Morocco got some as well, Algeria. But when we talk about sub-Saharan Africa, the karate world doesn't really look to them as being dominant. There's attention given to Europe. There's attention given to Asia. Some of the American countries. But why do you feel like karate is starting to grow in Africa, and what do you think needs to happen for it to continue to grow?
Well, if anybody who follow the WKF karate, back in the day, Senegal has a lot of world champions, including a female world champion. Senegal has. I remember the first female world champion from Senegal. It was in 1998 in South Africa World Championship, Junior World Championship. But he had won the world champion. Senegal have junior world champion, have a senior world champion. So, but it's been a while since we haven't stepped on the podium for the WKF world level. But Senegal has a much respect in the world. But as you just mentioned, it takes a lot of courage to say why that. You know, why that is, if you see the other country, the chance they have to have so many WKF events, they don't have it in Africa, especially in Senegal. We never organize a world championship. There's no Serie A, there's no Premier League, there's any high level competition we're doing, we're going in the other country to compete. And that is a big impact you don't see a lot of results. As we know, any sport, the country who organize that event, they have better chance to step on the podium. And Senegal, we don't have that.
Yeah, and do you think that, you know, when you look at other countries like not only Senegal, maybe, you know, Ghana and Kenya and these other countries as well, they may have talented athletes. Does the financial strain make it more difficult for them to have the opportunity to showcase their talents?
I mean, Senegal is full of talent. No matter which country you look up to, there is so much talent. But again, anybody you see, they have talent hiding in you. But how you can develop it? Sometimes you have to work extremely hard to develop the talent that you have inside, or you have help from the people who give you that chance to develop that talent, which is karate first. It does not have a lot of revenue. There's not a lot of money in it. And as you know, the African country, we poor. We don't have that much money to travel to do all these series and all these seminars and all these major karate league, karate events. So, and in that, it's not helping at all. It's not helping to get that chance to develop your talent you have. Because again, to develop your talent, you must compete with the people you think they're better than you. But if you don't get chance to compete against them, you know, the talent may be in you until you just give up.
Yeah, absolutely. So that moves me to my next question, and I'll ask Babacar this question first. What motivated you to leave Senegal? And how old were you when you left?
Yes, when I left Senegal, I was 19. I left Senegal to Spain. Again, what did we just talk about? That pushed me to leave Senegal, go to the European country, which is karate is very big there, to continue my karate dream. Because where I was born, I was in Senegal, in Kaolack, but after I moved to the capital, just to get chance to train more, you know, because growing up in Kaolack, I won my first national title in Kaolack. I was in Kaolack. I was selected. I was on the national team as a cadet junior living in Kaolack. But after you travel, you know, you go all these world championship and the African championship, you come, everybody expecting you, you know, to to be someone that, you know, can take care of themselves. But again, it's just a name. You be on the national team, people see you on the TV. But after, they're like, okay, what's next? Are you able to pay for your school? Are you able to pay for that? But there's nothing. And now people like, why are you wasting your time to do this? And with all those noises, people say, oh, do soccer, because as you know, Senegal is a big nation of soccer. You know, the wrestling, you know, the people pushing you to do something that they think you have the talent, you have the athletic talent to someone. And in karate, they don't have that. So they don't motivate you to continue karate. And me, I love karate. So that pushed me to go to the capital, to Dakar. I joined the Dakar University Club, which is I compete for 2 years, then I moved to Spain. The reason why I moved to Spain is that every time we went to the World Championship, you see all these athletes who make the podium, they know each other. And now I do the research and see all the Premier League, all the Serie A, and all the WKF training camp, they were there. So they got used to train together, know each other, so to give them an advantage of when they come to the World Championship, the referee, they know them. But when we come to the World Championship, it's once every 2 years. Some of the referees see us, our face as one every 2 years, which is the World Championship is every other year. But all these athletes who making the podium, the referee, the WKF referee, they see them 5, 6, 7 times in the year, right? And it make a lot of differences. That's why that pushed me to go to the European country to continue to train. I was in Barcelona, and I continued to train to get used to competing the finalists and the
Yeah. Could you ask Babacar the same question? Why did he decide to leave and go to Spain?
Yeah, Babacar, mu ne da lay laaj yow nan nga def ba jógee Sénégal dem Espagne.
Ok, waaw man nag suma papa moo décidé jël ma pour yóbbu ma Espagne. Waaw xam naa ne yow li nga daj yëpp pour ñëw Espagne man dajuma ko. Man am naa chance boo xamante ne suma papa moo njëkk a ñëw après moom bu moo amee fii liggéey tout ça si la ma jël si man pour ma ñëw foofu ndaxte fii moo gën a am ay opportunité pour ma buggee def dara.
Okay, he said that his dad who was in Spain for a very long time and decided to bring him from Senegal. He was a kid, he did not know a lot but he know his dad to bring him because he thinks that Spain has more opportunities than where he was.
Yeah, and staying with Babacar, you know, Babacar, you had a very public incident happen to you, you know, of prejudice and racism that happened recently. Do you mind sharing about what happened and how that impacted you?
mu ne gis nañ àddina bi yëpp gis nañ problème bi nga amoon ci récent si sa news boobu noonu donc est-ce que am na loo xamante ni war mun nga ko cee wax expliquer lu ñu demee ak na jëlee daal.
Affaire bi nu mu commencé non waaw dama nekkoon si regroupement équipe nationale si beneen dëkk nga xamante ne foofu la ñuy defee suñu regroupement yi waaw si suba si nag laa jékki-jékki yeew après suma benn personne si Instagram mu jël envoyé ma photo mu ne ma xoolal sa mur bi luñ ko def léegi nag si laa fekk ñu dessin ko def foofu ay nitu ñuul yi dañuy nañu def foofu ay yëfu raciste daal xam nga léegi nag si laa ko jël publier suma Instagram bi léegi si la nit yu bari jël di may encourager di ko yéegal si lii nit yu bari merci daal waaw noonu la fa demee ba après président fii nii fu ma dëkk fii nii si la ko gis après mu ne dinañ ko defaraat et tout ça loolu noonu la fa demee más o menos.
He say one day he was on the training camp with the Spanish national team in the other city. He woke up in the morning and one of his friends has sent him the picture of the wall, how they did what they did on the wall. So he was very devastated to wake up with being on the national team and defending the color of that nation and see people who won in that country go to his wall, which is proud to represent Spain, to do what they did on the wall. That was not something he was wishful, something that he was expecting the Spanish people to do that. And he decided to post that on his Instagram, and everybody, you know, see it and decide to stand by his side to support him. And his governor of his city has reach out to him and tell him they will redo the wall and make it how it was before and put more safety so people will watch everybody who trespassing there.
Yeah, you know, that makes me ask the question. Both of you had time in Spain. Did you compete with the Spanish team or just train with them, Elhadji?
Yes, I had when I came to Spain. Before I came, I had contacted Francisco Lorenzo Sensei. He's a Shotokan national coach in Spain. So I contacted him. I tell him the reason why I'm moving from Senegal to there, and then he told me, yes, I'm on the way to the club. When I go there, I was training with the national team. We went to the national team. I had won the national team with Club Natasha Barcelona. Then he decided to put me on the national team of Spain for Shotokan.
So for both of you, what was your experience like, competing for other countries outside of your own? Did you feel accepted? Was there support, or did you feel like an outsider?
Um, here's the thing. There's a this look. People will be always look at you if they don't know you, especially when you're black. The first thing they see when they look at you is how different you are from them, and that as as my job and my knowledge of being black and have all this experience before I even come to the European country, because you hear what's happening. So I work myself through, no matter what people look at you, you need to show who you truly are. So me being trying to fit on the team, it was very easy to do because it is who I am. I did not try to force myself to position the team. I was a good teammate when I was in Senegal. I was a good person, which karate made me who I am today. Because as we all wearing a white uniform, there's no different color. Female, male, everybody wearing the same uniform, same belt, same glove. So I don't see the differences. So when I come to the team to try to fit on the team, it was very easy for me to fit on the team. But still, people will feel uncomfortable to have a black teammate, right? But it's my job, I think it's my duty to make them feel like whatever they will be aware is not there. Because if you say, I'm not smart, I'm not strong, I'm not, but I need to show you I'm smart, I'm strong. So to change that thing, that's why it was not hard for me to be on the national team of Senegal, national team in Spain, and national team in USA. So because in that case, I think there's a big part of me that have to do to prove people wrong. The way they look at black people is not the way they're supposed to look.
Yeah. Could you ask Babacar what his experience was like when he joined the Spanish team? Did he feel accepted?
Okay, Babacar, mu ne bi nga ñëwee ci équipe nationale Espagne nan la demee woon, est-ce que yow accepté nañ la ci équipe nationale bi wala parce que yow nekk nga junior ak senior?
Si bu ma ñëwoon foofu ñu bari accepté nañ ma. Vraiment foofu moom gars yi bëggoon nañ ma trop ñàkkut nag am na nit yoo xamante ne moom mooy loolu duñu bëgg nga nekk foofu duñu bëgg nga avancer peut-être si couleur noire bi ou peut-être neexoo leen quoi, mais à part ça moom man président bi équipe nationale bi foofu yëpp ñu bari bëgg nañ ma si waaw. Amoon naa foofu ay jafe-jafe yu bari, mais man daal dama continuer xam lu ma bëgg, xam fu ma bëgg a egg si karaté bi.
Yeah, he said that he has a lot of experience being on a national team in the junior and senior, but he feel like a lot of people on the group, they like him, they feel him they make him feel like he's a part of the group, but still some people will fake it, and he know that they were not happy for him to be on the team. But it's still, it's even your own family. There's some people wish for you to be progress, or some wish you not progress. So if you have that feeling and seeing on the group, you just need to know what you want and continue to work hard to do why you're there, because he know that the most important thing is the president, the secretary general, the coach. They like him, so that's the most important.
Yeah. It's interesting because when you talk about the Black experience from the African viewpoint, it's very similar to the African-American experience, right? Like, I think about growing up doing sports in the US, there's always an image of the Black athlete as being cocky and, super athletic, but not intelligent, bad attitude, things like that. What kind of stereotypes do you see Africans face, specifically in the karate world? And again, specifically sub-Saharan African, because I know there's when we look at even like skin color, right? Like there's a different image that comes with that when we talk about Egypt compared to Senegal or, whatever may have you. So what kind of stereotypes do you feel that Africans face, or that you've faced?
Yeah, a lot of things. First, they're going to be afraid of you. That's the first thing they're going to do. They're going to afraid of you, and they're going to be aware because they know, like our mentality is very strong. Our body are strong. Our mentality are strong. So when they see you, they're going to try to minimize you for you to feel bad, so they can run you over. I can call it that, like to run you over. So there's a lot of things they concern about us, right? But again, me myself, I don't see them as people I'm superior to them, because every time I see a person or my opponent, I treat you as me or better than me, so I can elevate it. But you have these things every time. They can say it. God bless me. I speak 7 different languages. Sometimes they talk about something that they don't think I know what they talk about. But what they talk about is that the way I look, how tall I am, and they wish not to fight me, because sometimes I'm in the staking, warming up, and when they see me warm up, one of them like, oh, he's in your division. You have work to do today, right? I just smile and move, but they don't know. And with that type of fear, right? And it's just hard to deal with it every time, because you think about how they look at you, and then your strategy is what? How I'm gonna win against them, right? How I'm gonna win against them, but at the same time, there's so many things happen before you actually face to him.
Yeah.
It's hard to deal with. That's why sometimes it get us frustrated, and people like, why they react like this, but they don't know how we get there, how we get to the reaction, because every reaction you see, there's action, but people usually don't look at the action. If I just go wild, they're like, oh, why he go wild? Okay, because he's an animal. They will say, right? But if the person of color, right, go the same thing you did, they say, oh, he's emotional. You see the differences, how they label you, but it's the same way. It's the same way. When you're excited, you show how you're excited. When you're mad, you show how you're mad, right? But at the same time, it is something that it's very difficult to express people, because people doesn't know there's a problem. There's a problem the way they look at us. But if you don't acknowledge the problem, you cannot see it. If you think there's no problem, you cannot fix it, because you just think there's no problem.
Yeah. Does Babacar feel like he's had a same experience as far as being stereotyped as an athlete?
Babacar, est-ce que am nga comme yow ni lay xoolee comme yow da nekkoo dara, wala jëriñoo dara, wala xamoo dara, xam nga ñoom lan nga yaakaar ne yow moom lañ lay xoolee daal boo ñëwee en tant qu'athlète?
Boo ñëwee fii nii genre Europe, fii moom am na façon yu bëri. Am na nit yoo xamante ne dañ lay xool ne comme genre noir nga, waroo xam dara, mbaa nekkoo dara. Loolu bëri na fii nii. Am na nit yoo xamante ne tamit mooy nit yoo xamante ne ay nit lañ ñooñu par exemple dañuy xam ne yow nit nga comme ñëpp, mun ngaa def fii dara. Mais man nag mooy lu ma la wax rek, am na fii nit yu bëri ñoo xamante ne dañ lay xool comme genre nekkoo dara, ndate noir nga, lu ñuy def munoo koo def ndate noir nga. Man nag loolu damay metti, te loolu dama koy gis si nii. Loolu moo tax man saa yu may génn si tatami dama leen bugg di woon ne man noir la, mun naa def li ngay def, te mun naa def lu ëpp li ngay def.
Yeah, he say he has the same experience, as he know a lot of people, they look at him as he's black, he's not capable to do this, he's not capable to know this. So now he knows, but there's a lot of people who look at you and know that you don't know this because you didn't learn it. You don't do this because you didn't have the practice. But they're gonna know you are a person like them if they know more, because they study, or they have a more chance to learn what make you know what you have know, right? So now that's in that motion pushing, when he entered to the mat, he always proved himself that to those people who think he's not capable to do this.
Yeah. You know, it's really interesting because, like I said, I remember when I first heard about you, Elhadji, I saw a video of you at the US Open. I think you ended up getting like a silver or something. And I was like, who is that? Right? Like you had the US flag on, or the NKF flag. So I said, oh my gosh, I'm not doing his weight class because, I didn't know who you were. And there was a lot of talk about this new guy who had just came, and it was fear. When people don't want to admit it, but that's really what it was. There was this fear of losing. And then specifically, if people don't want to call it out, losing to a Black athlete, right? Because, people would make excuses about your behavior. They would say, oh, you were cocky or flashy. But had a Gayev or someone like Haruna did the same thing, they would say, oh, he's exciting or he's passionate. And they compliment it. But when you do it, you're aggressive and, out of control. And I've been able to be around you enough to know that you're very intelligent, both on and off the tatami. And you don't have bad intentions. You just fight hard. And there's a lot of things that people do to you when they fight that they get away with no penalty, right? They hit you extra hard and it's like no penalty because you're supposed to be able to take it. But if you do the same thing, oh my gosh, So a lot of respect your way, and keep doing what you're doing. I know you're producing great students as well. So keep going, brother. I have another question. What did you feel accepted by the Black American community when you came to the U.S. or when you travel? Like, do you feel like they came to you and supported you, or did you feel like an outsider to them as well?
I feel supported by my fellow Black athletes, which is there's a lot, and especially in New York, there's a lot of them, and they see me as one of them, but at the same time a little bit different, because what intimidating them is not intimidating me. Some people, they're like, this guy is so aggressive, but they don't know what drives me. What drives me cross the ocean by myself, move to Europe by myself, no parents, don't speak Spanish, don't speak Catalan, nothing. Drive me there because it's a karate dream. Move to Spain, come to USA. When I first came to US, I don't speak English, not even high, nothing, nada. Right? Following my karate dream, because I love karate. I want to be someone that well-known in karate, which is one of my sensei, he used to tell me, Elhadji, your star is very shiny in Senegal, but he will be shiny when he's somewhere else, because Senegal, everybody already know you. I had won everything in Senegal. I don't have a competition in Senegal, because when I was there, I won my division, I won the team, I won everything, open all weight class, right? But he told me I have to move, go to the other countries to try to develop there, because there's so many things I have done in Senegal. There's no competition, and if you still on the same level, if you're competing and win against everybody where you're from, if you still there, you're not progressing. And I like that challenge. That drove me to here to US, and coming with that fire, with that determination. That's why people will see you like you are very aggressive, but they don't know what drives you. What drives me is the passion of sport karate. So when I come to the mat, I have no friend, I have no teammate, I need to give the respect which I have learned in karate, show the respect, show the determination, show the willingness to do what I have learned. So that drove me. And when I came to New York, and all these Black athletes, they have accepted me because they see that I teach the people look different than us, and I give them what they wish to give them. So
yeah, we wish we could do what you were doing. Yeah.
So they had motivated me. They have talked to me of the thing. They have, and that's what drive me. And now I'm like, the fight is not just me. I'm gonna prove everybody who look at Black people as a minority. You can call them a minority, but you cannot be minority than me. You cannot be higher level than me. In the sport karate, I always gonna put myself down to learn to do it better than anybody else. So in everything I'm taking to do is to make Black athletes, Black karateka to well respected around the world, not just where I'm living or where I'm from, but around the world. That's why every time I go on the mat, I take everything with me, and then fight for it.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
When I'm fighting, I'm very aggressive. I'm very focused on what I'm doing because what.
Yeah, that's a beautiful concept. Um, this question is for Babacar. Um, do you feel like uh, African athletes who have left and went to other countries have an obligation to go back eventually and help build back their home countries in dominance? And then after he answers, you can answer the same question, Elhadji.
Okay, Babacar, mu ne est-ce que yow war nga yaa ngi xalaat pour demaat Sénégal pour jàngal xale yi pour développer leen partager seen expérience comme ñoom pour ñu gën a avancer quoi ci représenter Afrique bi.
Si man xalaat naa loolu ndaxte ban suma origine Sénégal la lépp xam-xam bu ma am fi yëpp bu ma sañoon tamit mun naa leen ko woon yëpp loolu lépp maa ngi ko xalaat bu nekkee loolu mun naa ne incha allah dinaa dem Sénégal def foofu dara pour nga xamante ne niveau karaté Sénégal bi dina yëkkati ba si kaw.
He thought about it and he's willing to go back and help the athlete in Senegal. The experience he have, whatever make him strong, he will share it with them. Whatever weakness in him, he will share it with them. He will help them to develop the athleticism he has. He's willing to share it with them, so he can.
Ndaxte nga waxoon ne ndaxte Sénégal am na foofu ay athlète comme athlètes yi foofu bari nañ mais genre xam-xam moo leen dese quoi mais athlètes yi foofu moom macha allah bu ñu amoon ay entraîneur mbaa di génn si biti di voyage et tout ça ñoom daal mënoon nañu dem ba nekk si niveau bu gën a kaw si bu ñu ne.
He say that he knows Senegal has a lot of talent. Senegalese athletes, they have a lot of talent, but they don't have the chance of traveling and competing with the high level athletes. And that is one thing that they're missing, and he wish to give them that.
Yeah, and I know that you've done some work to try to elevate Senegal. I think you hosted a championship there, correct? Could you maybe share some of the work that you've done and maybe some of your future goals with helping?
Yes, I had started 2 years ago, and I decided, as I mentioned from the beginning, what drive me to go outside Senegal to compete on the high level. I wish I could have that in Senegal. And if I had a Serie A Premier League in Senegal, as other countries have, I think I would not be leaving USA. So that being said, whatever I'm missing, that's just who I am. Whatever I miss and I wish to have it, I would love people have it. Especially the people that I love, the people that support me, the people that make me who I am today. That's why I decided to organize a tournament there. Organize it look same as a youth league, which is giving the kids the chance of dreaming to compete on the Serie A's or youth leagues. I organized a tournament there with my EGN Foundation, with the parents of the karate school. We organize every year. We organize a tournament there. Organize it as same setting as the youth league. So we do it every year, every January. And we do it there in Senegal, my hometown, Kaolack. And I wish to continue. I wish to make it bigger. And in that case, those athletes will have a chance to compete on the high level competition. Last year, the first year we had about 300 competitors just in Senegal. The second year we have 735 competitors coming from different countries in Africa. Now, last year, there was like almost 1,000 competitors and coming from 8 different countries in Senegal. So every year he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
That's awesome. You definitely have to share more about that so that people can see what's being done. Yeah, that's very commendable. So hats off. Well, this has been a really amazing conversation. I've learned a lot, and it's very humbling to speak to both of you. I want to end with one more question. What changes would you like to see happen in the world of sport karate to help fix some of the negative perceptions that they have of African athletes? And we'll go with Babacar first, and then we'll end with you, Elhadji.
Okay, Babacar mu ne yow lan ngay ñaan yàlla mu changement yi ngay ñaan mu changé ci wóor karate lan ngay ñaan yàlla mu changé ak changement yi nga bëgg lan la
si karate bi
ak ci àddina bi ni moo ne
si àddina bi si àddina bi première mooy na coronavirus bi jóge fi ndaxte sonal na nit yi ñëpp affaire yëpp daa taxaw deuxièmement mooy tamit ndaxte mooy problème yu gën a ngand si monde bi un bi mooy coronavirus bi deux bi mooy yàggut ni si nit yu ñuul yi quoi si nit yu ñuul yi ndaxte yeneen saa nit yu ñuul yi dañuy sonn te lu leen di sonal mooy doon nit ku ñuul te xam nga loolu c'est pas normal leen lu may changer daal racisme bu génn nit yi ñëpp xam ne ñun ñëpp ay nit lañ lu nit def noir bi mun na koo def lu noir bi def blanc bi mun na koo def tamit loolu lay ñaan affaire bi changer si àdduna bi loolu rek lay ñaan man moom yeneen yi moom mooy loolu.
Say the change he wish is that first is this coronavirus to be
Inshallah.
Inshallah, he would be out, and that's the first thing he say. And the second thing he say is to wish people change their mind to see everybody as, we equal. We may look different, but we all the same. So he say some Black people are suffering inside out, to deal with all this racist thing going on. He wish those things have changed.
Yeah, and what about yourself, Elhadji? What kind of things do you want to see change?
Yeah, what I like to see the change is the way people look at Black people. I mean, if we change the way we look at things, this world is going to be a better place to live. And just some people, they say that I'm a good person, right? Because they never see me do bad things. And if I don't do bad things, I cannot be a bad person. There is so many people out there, they never get a chance to do a good thing. Because all you're doing is get them frustration. Every doing is push them to the limit of anybody. It doesn't matter how you look, your skin color. If I push you to the wall, I would see different face. People will push you to the wall and see your different face, say, this is how you are. No, this is how you get from me. It is not who I am. So the way they look at Black people is very frustrating. Starting on my dojo, walking on my house, on my street, down the street. People, you walk across past them, they will change the way they walk in the street, right? And you start questioning why they switch the way, and you coming in this way, they come in this way, they switch, and you see that there's another person who look like them on the other side, but they don't avoid it. They just prefer to oppose you, and it's frustrating. It is hard. It is hard for us to live. It's hard for us to share our knowledge or to be a good person in our community, because people out there will get you to the point of no one gonna benefit on you. Because as a teacher, I wanna have my head between my shoulder when I come to my karate school to teach my kids how to respect others. But if I get frustrated on the street, which is I got a lot. Trust me, you go to the store, You have so many things to deal with. You go to the parking lot, there's so many things you deal with. And it just frustrated because it's a racist. Racism is out there. And the people who does not want to acknowledge that thing, those are the part of the problem. Because we cannot move on. We cannot live in a better world if we don't now there's a problem. If you don't say if you don't see there's a problem, that problem will not gonna fix, or you're not gonna be part of who's willing to fix that. We need to come together as a human being first and help each other and understand each other. The way other people look, the way I look, it doesn't matter. What I do, if I do something wrong, you come up, you tell me this is the way to do the thing. This is, I think, the way to do the thing. We will learn. Same as others. Because the mistake we make, other people will make it who look different than us, but they don't look at it as okay, it's a mistake. They look at, oh, okay, that's how they are, right? Which is not good. Let's not acknowledge the problem, know there's a problem, and we come together and fix it as a human being first. Forget about how we look, think about who we are as a human being. We're living on a great nation, I call it. This is the land of opportunity living in the United States, which is many people will look at it as a leader of this entire world. But if the leader is not doing how we're supposed to do, other people were not gonna look at you as a leader. You could consider yourself, I'm a leader, but we're not looking at you as a leader. So that being said, there's a lot of changes we wish, but we are part of the change. We need to make effort. We need to do whatever it takes to make a change for this world to be a better world to live in.
I mean, yeah, well, I appreciate you both, brothers. Jazakallah khair. You know, this is, like I said, been very insightful and actually really motivating as well, really inspiring. Like you said, we have a responsibility to first, you know, defy what their views of us are by our actions. Our actions will speak for themselves. And those who don't want to acknowledge the reality, then we don't have to waste our time with them. We continue to support those who want our help and who want to grow with us, and onward and upward, as I always say. And so with that, I appreciate you, brothers, and thank you so much for being a part of this great conversation and movement.